Welcome back to FM26, episode number 5. Before I could figure out who I want to roll the wonderkid wheel on from our intake that we've just had, I need to decide who I even want to sign. Now, first things first, none. Not a single player in the class is actually ready to jump in and be a first team kind of guy. However, there is a single position in our starting roster that has an even lower current ability level. So yeah, we will end up with one starter out of this group, guaranteed, center mid. We will end up with one guy on the bench, a goalkeeper. Those two are guaranteed. Outside of that, I don't see anybody else stepping up and being ready. So who we even sign is going to have a lot more to do with who has a chance to develop. Now, the first really important visible trait is determination. And an absurdly low determination, even with our highest potential 2 elite guys in class, Rio Thompson. Rio Thompson is not worth signing. He doesn't have the current ability. He might have potential, but he's got no chance of getting it because not only does he have a determination of just 2, but his overall personality, which is also made up by a couple hidden attributes, his personality is unambitious, meaning he's got no drive. He's got no push to reach whatever his potential is. So the first thing I really need to do is I need to go through the list and get rid of the guys that aren't worth signing. So we're going to terminate trial on Rio Thompson. The best candidate is actually the worst. And organizing by determination goes a long ways. Anybody with these 9 or 10 plus have good determination. All of these guys with a 4, I could probably just eliminate them all right now, but I'd like to see what their personality is before I actually do that. But if it is unambitious, then clearly it's worth it to terminate the trial. See here, Christopher James only has a 4 in determination, but he's actually a professional, which is the best personality type, or one of the best personality types. So his determination is low, but he's got enough hidden drive that he might actually be a worthwhile signing. Doyle was the other best guy in class with no determination and is unambitious. So the 2 best ones in the class are not going to get signed. Casual and not determined, that's a definite get rid of. And there you go. The 5 worst are done, taken care of, out of the way, narrowing it down a little bit for me anyway. So in the end, I've settled on 9 players that have good personalities. Now, 2 of those have low determination. They're just professional. It's going to take them a while to overcome the lack of determination to be good. So I'm not going to choose those for the wheel. It's going to come from the other 7. And based on personality, I think Marcus Lawrence Jenkins is the strongest. He's driven, mostly just because he's got this really high determination, but he doesn't have the other issues. What he does have is one trait I'm worried about, which is argues with officials and get himself in trouble. But that's something you can fix and remove over time. He's a good passer on the ball. He's got good teamwork, determination. The work rate's fairly good too. This is a decent enough base level. This is our guy. And so with that, let's roll the wheel and find out what he's going to be. We're still in early stages. I don't want the best wonder kids. Even getting mid 180s is a loss because we don't get to replace that. That's gone for good. But at a 185 with a driven personality, this could be our first one who really kind of takes off. There was the worry on this one. Current ability of just 8. His potential ability was only a 33. Cato a year ago, his current was a 33. And this is exactly what I was talking about with just how much weaker year 1 to year 2 is. Now, again, we are in a lower league than a year ago. That lower league reputation will impact the group slightly, but not to this extent. So that's a 185 now potential ability, but he's got a long ways to go to reach it. But he's got the right kind of personality. We'll see if he takes off here real quick. According to our assistant manager, for going off of ability, O'Hare already comes in as just barely even a blip on the map, well worse than Smith Sim. And you can really see it on paper too. They are not at the same level. But O'Hare is now our backup goalkeeper, as we only have 2 on roster. But after that, looking at the other youth players, ignoring Ollie Duff down here, none of them even make a 1-star rating at this time, at least according to our assistant manager. Now, the best on paper appears to be Kakande. And Kakande is a 3.5-star no-nonsense center back, but he's also a center mid. However, as a center mid, he's only a 2-star kind of guy, which is what we have here and now. He's got the balance of personality with determination, but we're going to have to compare Kakande with our weak link, Renshaw, who apparently is improving. He's picked up 0.5 star from where he was. He was just 2 stars. He's balanced. He's got the determination and work rate as okay. You see just how much better these players are. I mean, literally the weakest one in our first 11. Head-to-head, we're looking at a technical average very similar overall, with a few basic attributes for Renshaw, where we have more technique, better tackling, better marking. So definitely better defensively for Kakande, as he is more of a center back than a center mid. Physical average is a little bit better with the jumping reach, natural fitness, and strength. Again, those center back attributes. Better determination, better leadership, but definitely weaker mentally at this stage. I think Kakande is somebody who is going to get moved into the senior squad, but not necessarily be on the bench. Or maybe he is on the bench ahead of somebody. I don't know. The rest of these guys look like they're going to need some time down in the U18s to start getting ready, including Marcus Lawrence Jenkins, who comes in as just about the weakest guy current ability-wise, but now has incredible potential, which means we'll have 7 players down at the U18s this season, and we'll go ahead and make a U18 squad this year for them to compete and get a chance to develop. 0 change to the first 11. Even Renshaw is going to end up keeping his position. And we've reached the end of the regular season. 50 points is the haul for the entire year through 42 games. We got 13 wins, 11 draws, 18 losses on a -2 goal differential. And we definitely have that collapse pretty late on in the season, though we did claim 2 victories there in the final 5 to secure safety. We were 13 points clear. Had we not gotten those 2 wins there at the end, we still would have been at 44 points and still 16th. Wouldn't have made much difference, but we've done what we needed to do. We're hanging on, and the team's just going to get better and better. We are seeing development. This first 11 has had a decent amount of development on the year, but now this second intake group has not done us any good, so we're going to have to start being able to make up some ground with the board. And they've set our initial budget. Let's see. So finances, yeah, it's starting to grow. Wage bill is pretty good there. Let's hope that there's a better wage bill for staff now that can allow us to actually hire somebody. I'll find out before we go asking them questions. All right. Well, the first coach on our list, he's asking for $30K. What are we? Yeah, nope, hasn't changed. We are still only offering part-time type, and I can't offer part-time, so we are not going to be able to talk to him right now, which means it's time to ask the board once again for increased coach salaries. So that's the first one we're going to ask, and then after that, something that's going to help our youth recruitment, and we might as well ask for training facilities. Oh boy, here we go again. This is why they still won't accept anything. Stadium expansion plans announced. It's been weeks since they finished. Board has announced plans to enlarge the stadium by 267 seats. Initial cost is $575K. Additional funding for the project has been secured with $425K from authorities, and it's going to take just 2 months. My guess is this is turning a section that we have currently into an all-seated section. So it's not a major expansion in terms of new seats. It's an expansion in terms of standing area becoming seated area, is my guess as to why we have such a small change. And it's really just putting seats into a section. Meanwhile, we are getting a negative, of course. Increased coach salaries. They don't like it. Oh, hey, they accepted. We accept that it would be beneficial to increase salary levels. Awesome. Can we actually hire somebody, though? Did it increase enough? Remember, they were only taking $9K, and the coaches were looking for 30. So will it increase to 15? Will it increase to 20? 25? If it's 2025, we might actually be able to. It'll be tough, but we might actually be able to work around it enough to get somebody signed on. Okay, the other two have both been denied. They've been rejected, but let's see. They are willing to talk to us about the improved youth recruitment. You know what? We just got a yes. Let's go ahead and just accept that they're not going to improve youth recruitment right now. Not while we're down in this level. The training facilities. That's a different one. That's one we can try to push a little bit harder on. We could use the finances. They think they're fine. They're not. Tailored development. Nope. Okay, well, we got one. We finally got one. That's our first board-approved anything other than stadium stuff that they've been doing on their own now twice. Let's hope it doesn't come with $7.8 million in ground maintenance for the 2 months that it's going to take to add these seats. I got a new contract offer. Okay, nice. I'll take that. Well, that's the salary they're offering me. Let's see if we can get anywhere near that with a coaching staff. Okay, well, we still can't get to 30K, but how far did they increase it? They didn't increase it. 9.5 is what our limit already was. So either I need to give this more time, next month or something. Okay, our finances did not blow up. We were at 7.2 million. We have expenses. It's off season. We're not making any money right now. So naturally we spent about 50K. That's natural. That makes sense. Nothing wild's happening this time around while we do a small expansion of the stadium. I'm going to ask about a coaching course. They're probably going to say no. We've asked too many things here recently. I'm going to insist on the coaching course. And they've decided to grant the request. There we go. So clearly it's an issue that's close to your heart. Your continued devotion to the cause is impressive. So there you go. We are heading on a coaching course. Speaking of, here is how I am as a coach right now after 2 seasons into the series. I'm reasonably adaptable. I'm competent in authority. My determination is average. My motivation of others is very good. My people management is good. So we can handle the locker room just fine. But as for coaching, as we're doing a lot of it right now, I'm actually seeing a lot of progress. I was unsuited in most areas when we started this, but attacking is now good. Defending is competent. Possession is average. Tactical is average. Technical is competent. That has grown naturally over 2 seasons. Now, with a badge coming, as we start the new season, we should see some growth in a couple of these areas. My reputation is still obscure, but it was 1 pie slice before. It's a couple pie slices now, so after a couple years, I'm at least slightly known. I'm pretty sure it's determination is the one that has to do with talking to the board, and it was very much not average before. It was reasonable or lower. So I've brought that up to already a fairly good level from asking the board repeatedly again and again. We've become more and more determined, and so it's picking up that score, and we're starting to get the results. That's 2 positives between getting the new badge and increase coach salaries. Even though it's said that we can offer more salaries, it's not showing up. It's still locked in at 9.5K. Well, for me, I'm smelling blood in the water. I want to keep pushing the board to do more. We have $7 million. We're going to make plenty of money over time. So increasing the youth level or increasing the junior coaching budget are all things that I'd like to push. We'll also ask about increasing the assistant coach salaries. Not that we saw the benefit from the regular coach salaries at this stage. For some reason, it just has not changed. Assistant coach wages increased. There you go. There's a positive. They said yes outright. I didn't even have to push. But our head of youth development, Roach, who was serving as the assistant coach because I couldn't hire one, he has retired. And again, it's been problems to fill any vacancies. Increased junior? No, they're unwilling. Let's try the ambition part. Nope. We'll be left behind. Okay, we'll have to accept. You can only push so hard before the board really pushes back and or you're out of a job. Assistant coach salaries are all the way up to 26K now. The expectation for Rob May, the guy that I've approached, is 30,000. I think we might actually be able to get this signature across the line. Please. Let's add a bonus. Okay, we're getting close. He's agreed to terms. We might have ourselves an assistant coach. Not a good one, but coach nonetheless. Yeah, for whatever reason, coach salaries continue to be maxed out right where it was before. At least the assistant coach one has come along, but there's no way. It's too far, way too far off. Yay, we got him. We have a coach. One, anyway. As things have thinned out further and further with coaches leaving, this is what we're down to. The new hire, Rob May, handling attacking tactical. With Harvell, we have a goalkeeping coach, so that's decent. Himbury is our reserves assistant coach. We don't have a head coach for the reserves, just the assistant. That's the entirety. I'm handling a lot of the jobs right now. Well, with a large fan base, the one area we are doing fairly well is we are getting larger sponsorship offers than the others around us. We have a main kit sponsor, 54K, which is the highest in the league. Well, our senior coaching staff we can only hire for 9K, but it looks like the lower levels coaching staff has risen appropriately. Apparently that's where it went. We are hiring an under 18s assistant coach, Ricky Holbert, who just retired. He has joined for 24.5K. Oh, there we go. We're into the new year. It's crossed over, and 29.5 is a deal we can make for a coach. Yes, it is. Okay, finally, we're in the clear. We will have a coaching staff soon. And so that's 3 coaching staff that I've looked to hire. We'll start with that. These are the guys with kind of the best base coaching attributes. There are some others, probably another 15, 20 that are interested, but they have really weak coaching abilities. We have an invite to join the National U18 League, and on this occasion, now that we do have some players down there, it's only 7, but I want to help them develop, so we will accept. Well, it's not letting me hire the 3rd one, even though I thought I had 4 open slots for coaching staff. Either way, though, we will cancel, or we could ask to add coaches. They said no. I tried 6 different approaches on that one. They said no. So Jordan Ive is not coming in, but we will have 2 other coaches. None of the coaches are good at special teams, so I've gone ahead and moved Himbury down to special teams. Crane is the new possession technique coach. Waters I have moved to fitness. Harvell coaching goalkeepers. May coaching attacking tactical. And then now the 4 remaining categories. I've got 2 stars in each, which is definitely the best we've had since the start of this series, meaning it's not great ratings. We're talking about 2 stars. It's a combination of our skill set. It's a combination of training facilities. It's not good enough. But at 2 stars, it is good enough to get at least some development going in the players. Smith Sim has had a decent goalkeeping coach, but has he made any progress? Now, if we look at the goalkeeper progress report for Smith May, whatever his name is, you can see he definitely made some progress between January and February. Well, really December to February, made some good progress. And if we go all time by attributes, you can see that period of time, and actually all the way through March. Looks like about 6 attributes, at least of the highlighted ones, best for position, he has made improvement in. If we break it down more in a category by category, it looks like free kick taking is something he's gotten weaker at, but as a goalkeeper, it's not a big deal. You do take free kicks deep in your own end, though, sometimes. Physically, his acceleration just went up. His balance has gone up. His jumping reach has gone up and down a lot. Stamina just went up. His strength has gone up twice already, from a 1 to a 3. His work rate's abysmal. Vision has gone up 2 points. So you can see he is definitely making some progress. Positioning has gone up a point. And a lot of this happened in year 2, not year 1. Leadership's up a point. His determination just went up a point. He's got an 11 now. Decisions went up a point recently. Concentration went up. Composure has gone up twice recently. Bravery has gone up. And this is why these guys are starting. Anticipation up 1. The reason why most of the development that we're seeing has happened in the last handful of months, because these guys signed in April with like 2 games left in the season, and then immediately went into an off season, and then came back from summer, developed, season started about September. So it took them time to gain a point. They started right away, but I'm assuming that they started at a baseline for each. I don't necessarily know that that's the case, but this evidence would suggest that that's how that's going. Reflexes has remained a 7. It'd be really nice if he had some better reflexes. I'm pretty big on reflexes. When I'm critical of IRL goalkeepers, that's the first thing that I'll point out, is those who have weak reflexes not being good enough for their job because they react so late. When they make an easy save look really hard because they reacted late, when actually it was really an easy save in the first place. If they just had better reflexes, it would have been a quick, easy dive, cover, smother the ball, instead of having to tip it away and have it back in play or out for a corner kick, etc. Command of area has gone up, aerial reach has gone up, so he's definitely getting better. That's the main point of how we are at a stage where, for one thing, the new guys that just came in, the development of the guys a year older, that development's making a difference. But it was quite clear, just comparison of the 2 guys who got the wonderkid wheel, how far off the quality of this group was. It was not just a matter of development. We're talking about guys that have gained 2 or 3 current ability, maybe 4 current ability over the course of the year, but it's not like the new guys were 2, 3, or 4 points behind them. Cato being a 33, 130-ish, baseline to whatever the name of the new guy is, Marcus Lawrence Jenkins, right? He was an 8 with a 33 potential. That is a massive difference, right? 25 points weaker current ability and 100 points weaker potential ability. Well, the push was to 5K, not necessarily about seats, because 3,300 is seated. So we were just pushing the stadium up to 5K, which might be the limit for this stadium. My assumption is we would need a new stadium to go beyond 5K. Well, with the new season about to start into August, it's time to press the board again. Like I said, we've actually started having some success here, so it seems like the perfect time to go for all of these again, even though we know that the answer is not likely. You can make 3 requests at a time. We can turn right around and ask 2 or 3 new things right after. It's a no. It's a no on all 3 requests. I gotta decide which one I want to make a push on. I think the training facilities are the one that they're most likely to say yes to first. Having youth recruitment at this level, that's about all you could expect. But having training facilities at any level is something you can expect. And we have the worst of the worst. Everyone around us has better training facilities than we have. They gave us a pretty quick hard no on that one though, so I'm going to try one of the others like the junior coaching. Really can't stress enough. It's a hard no. Stadium looking nice after the upgrade. The big upgraded section there on our right is nicely roofed. And the season opens on a night game during the week. We already got knocked out of the FA Cup over the weekend as our first competitive match fixture of the season. For now, though, this game's not off to a great start. Just 25% possession. Just barely hanging in there. Not able to do anything, but we're only in the 7th minute. Bad news about today and this preseason that we've just gone through was we've had more injuries. Renshaw gets a shot off there and a deflection that nearly puts it just inside the post. Steering reacts to it well enough. But anyway, Renshaw's playing on top today. That's because Huxtable's hurt. Greaves is also hurt. We're down to 2 injuries, but this preseason saw as many injuries as I had throughout the entirety of last season, just during the preseason. That's a little bit worrying. Definitely not a good trend. Greaves is set to be out for another week or 2 before he'll be ready to come in. He could maybe make the bench and be a super sub late in a game here soon, but it's a risky move. While Huxtable is probably going to be out for a month or more before he's going to get back into the side, maybe even 2 months before he's back at the side, as Colwell turns well, gets a good chance there, but it's going to be a lot harder to find goals here early in the season with those injuries, without Huxtable, who very much was the big-time goal scorer for us last year. Abelletti, flag stays down. It was awfully tight. I thought he might have gone a little early. I mean, no, he's easily onside. It's like we tried to play an offside trap after the ball was already 50% of the way towards us. So just bad decision making by our center backs. Jones finds Ferret. Out to Colwell. Colwell is going to be really important for us if we're going to have any chance of getting back in this game. For all we know, this is one of the better teams in the league. When this game ends, before we end the episode, we'll go take a quick look at what the preseason predictions were for this year. Whether they still have us dead last, because that's where they had us a year ago. Ferret lays it back off her right. Back and forth between those two, not able to progress it, so we're going to switch to the other side. Cato finds Freer. Arndale, who finds Colwell through in space, lays it off for Renshaw. Flag stays down. It's 1-1. Now at this point, we're clearly offside, but Colwell, oh yeah, he gets back on. Easily on. Renshaw just hesitates and waits, and Colwell, well placed. Key assist there by Colwell for Renshaw. Can't be an easier attempt than that one. Goalkeeper on the line. inside the penalty spot, straight in front of goal. I mean, that's practically a penalty attempt to tap in from there. Colwell did all the work on that one. That was a dangerous, close chance from them. They nearly got a second. I'm not liking our chances of getting 3 points today, but it'd be nice if we can at least secure a draw. It'd be a good open to the season. Ferret outruns his man there. And beats his man. Cuts back inside. Help defender stop that one, but we recover the ball well. Now Jones looking to do something. A little bit of dancing, but laid it off. Ferret turns. He had his first man beat there, but not his second man. And this is a big opportunity. Knowles, little give and go. Both of our defenders played the give man as we draw the foul there. Shots are 3 apiece. I didn't see what the XG was yet. It was a quick flash of the screen, but I know we have struggled. But we're struggling less than we were in the early minutes, at least. Very much more into the game now than we were. Felt like we could have intercepted there. Oh, Albaledi. Oh, man. That's 2. Just like that. I was hoping to get to halftime without a goal, and the very highlight we were on out of nowhere sets up a play. Just Knowles running off into space, and then Albaledi is just crushing our center backs right now. They are not playing well. And try to change the instructions a little bit on when we're out of possession. Drop off a little bit more. Oh, right. What was that for? No pressure at all, and he just kicked the ball straight out of bounds. To the side, not even up the field. Maloney, good block, but they're going to recover and get another chance. We dropped off, and it stopped them from being able to get on that one, so hopefully that'll continue to work better for us. Wow, that was close. Jeez. Luckily, Smith Sim was there and able to react to it. Right. Oh, what a dumb giveaway. There was also 0 movement from players. We drop off again, but Abaletti still outruns us. I believe that was Cato on that side. Couldn't keep up with him. Possession now about 50-50. Shots are almost 50-50. We're 1 behind them. Definitely played more into the game, but trailed by a goal. Renshaw can't keep possession there. Huxtable usually comes down with those and then lays it off for a teammate, getting us from that back line to essentially the middle line that way, allowing us to progress a little bit faster. And that one goes straight off Smith Sim, and we trail by 3. We are not winning this game today. In fact, we don't need to see the second half. This is enough of this one. It's going to be a loss. It's a good cross. Defense was fine. Wright should have done better with that. Smith Sim should have done better with that, but we are also at a very low level here, and there's only so much quality in the side. Decent chance there right before we do get to that halftime. Good ball movement within the box. Final seconds now of the half. Good interception, but Renshaw goes way backward instead of playing the through ball for the man making the run through. Not sure if that was Jones or Maloney. I think it was Jones probably, but yeah, XG is in our favor, and we are losing by 2 goals. We've got one back late on, just under half an hour to play. We might still be in this game. We'll skip ahead if we're not. But Maloney, Colwell doing a lot of the work, bringing the ball up sideline and laying it off with the teammate, getting it right back, taking it a little bit further up, laying it off, getting it right back. Finally gets inside, finds Jones, and Jones squeezes it inside the post to make it 3-2. So we're in the final minutes, really going for it now. Colwell's brought the ball well down the side, gets Renshaw, but Renshaw with the free header directs it towards goal, but it was really a very easy save there for Deering. The last-ditch effort to throw extra players forward. I have no idea why Freer Arndale backs off and lets that one go past him. We've only given up 2 shot attempts the entire half, so we've been in control. But in terms of shot attempts, we've essentially just doubled what we did in the first half. So we haven't had more chances, additional chances, and we got 1 goal in the first half, deservedly so. We've got 1 goal in the second half, deservedly so. That's the most dangerous attempt they've had all night, and this is all because we're going very attacking now and pushing guys forward. In fact, all 3 of their attempts of the second half have been in the final 5 minutes here as we get into stoppage time, so it looks like we are going to be without a point here, but we'll see if we can get something. Kakande getting his debut. It's the first player from the recent intake to see the field as Duff loses that one. Duff barely, well, I guess he did come off the bench a fair bit last season, but he's never had a start for the club. And time's nearly up. Final minute. This will probably do it. Last highlight. 30 seconds to go. Their throw in. Fry's going to intercept and send a long ball to no one. There's nobody there. They're going to keep ball here for the last 15 seconds, and I'm not pressing enough. I changed the offensive stuff, but not the defensive stuff. That's it. No point today, but other than the first 10 minutes being really bad, the other 80 was a decent showing from the side. We'll be okay this season, and as long as we are okay, we'll be pushing forward almost straight to our next intake, or at least mid-season to begin the next episode. So that's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Oh, it's not going to do it. Let's go look at our preseason prediction. Yeah, media predictions better than it was a year ago where it was 200 to 1 odds and they had us picked dead last. This year they've got us picked 20th at 100 to 1 odds, so at least the squad that we now have has some recognition to be able to play, but they still are looking down upon us, and considering us an underdog, we're of course have an extremely young team, and I think that's a big reason for it. That's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.